All right, guys, today we're going to try to evict this really old Corbin cabinet lock, solid brass padlock. And it's interesting because I had a Corbin not too long ago, this little gem. I saved this faceplate. We cut him open. I'm going to make something out of this, but it has the same address. If you take a look on here, we got New Britain, Connecticut, and this one was 1886, if I recall. And on this one, we have 3 different patent dates. It looks like November 1907, and then Christmas Eve, 1907, and the last patent was April 13th, a couple years later, in 1909. So really old lock. This has really been nasty for me. It was actually owned at some point by the U.S. government. I would love to know the story of this. You can see they got nice little peening down inside of that square and inside of the letters. Just beautiful work to market as U.S. property. This is an interesting lock to me because it's been living in my naughty bucket. I haven't been able to pick it despite hours and hours of attempts. It's never been opened while in my custody. And that's because it is a master ring. There are 2 shear lines on this lock. You can see, let me grab a probe here. You can see we have the inner core here and then the outer master ring right there. And the way that these work is this was a 5-pinner. And so let's say that for the sake of simplicity that in order to reach the shear line on the inner core, all of your cuts have to say be a cut of 5. And in order to reach the shear line at the master ring, they all have to have a cut of 7. So let's say you pick 4 of your pins to 5 cut, and you accidentally pick one of the pins to the 7 cut, you're not going to get open. It's not going to open at all. You're going to be hung up on that single pin that you mispicked. Likewise, if you pick everything except one of them to the 7 cut, and one of them is at the 5 cut, unfortunately, you're also not going to be getting in. So your picking has to be absolutely perfect, and there's really no way to tell which shear line you're at. They're obviously not all going to be the same cuts. So that makes it just extra difficult. All those permutations and combinations inside this guy. I have tried a variety of ways to get in. You can see on the top here, there's a nice little gap. I have tried shimming him. I've ruined so many shims. In fact, you can see a scrape there. I got quite violent trying to wedge it in there. And the spring tension on the locking pawl on this is so powerful that it bends the tip of all of my shims. So that's clearly not going to work. When you roll it around, I don't see any other way to get inside of here. No screws or anything. There is a plate right here that they pin it from the side and they put that plate and then grind it flat. It's kind of, well, in all those years, it's kind of miscolored a little bit. And on the bottom, of course, we have a keyway. Now, I've tried SPPing this thing, and I have tried raking it for I don't know how many hours. In fact, I'm going to give it one more shot. I'm going to try the worm. I have gotten very minor fault sets on this thing, but I have never managed to get it and open it. Until now. Until right now. Oh my God. Oh well, that was not the plan of this video, but I will certainly take it. I cannot believe that. After all the hours I've spent with a variety of different rakes, I've never successfully gotten it open. And I just stuck it in there and you guys see what happened here. It looks like I have it open. Let's go ahead and pop it. Let's pop it. Come open. There's not even any tarnish on that guy. That doesn't look bad at all. Anyway, let's lock it back up. That was absolutely not the plan or what I was thinking about doing on this video. But I guess he's been now banished unofficially from the naughty bucket. From this point on, pressure's off, man. It's all about fun. All right. I couldn't SPP it. I'm tempted to pick up a pick and give it a shot. Might be my lucky day. I should go buy a lottery ticket. All right, what I was really looking at are these 2 cracks or gaps between the core. Now, I did grab a shim, and I tried to shim right here, and it's blocked. It will not go in between the inner core and the master ring. But when I stuck it between the body and the master ring, I quickly saw, if I can get it in there, that it does slide right in there, which leads me to believe this might be unshielded. And when I stick it right there, it feels like I'm hitting that first pin. So I'm thinking this is a definite possibility. In all the videos, more than 1,400 videos, this is only the second lock, online, particularly high quality lock, that I found that was unshielded that will allow us to try this little shimming trick. Let me go ahead and get this thing clamped up. Well, in fact, I don't even need to clamp it up. I mean, I am feeling so lucky today. Let's just try it like that. And let's use this lucky rake that I was using a minute ago. And let's just rake those pins and try to push that shim in right between. I better be lucky because I didn't even cut a V into that shim. It just went past pin 1. Starting to give. Oh, there's pin 2. It's working. I can't believe it. It is getting kind of hung up on something in there. I might have pushed too hard, so I'm going to pull it back out a little bit and then gently slide it. It is dragging against that core. I don't think we've got them all. Let's try it. And yes, we do. We certainly do. So we bit this. This has been living in my naughty bucket for probably 2 or 3 years. Never had an open until today, and now we got 2 of them. Anyway, guys, I appreciate your time. Stay safe. Stay legal. I'll tell you what, just for the heck of it, I don't have keys for this. Let's cut them open. I know it's a really old lock, but there are no keys and there never will be keys because the core is not removable. Let's cut them open and take a look and see what the master ring looks like. All right, let's take a look at some of this ancient technology that came out of this lock. Here we have the core, and you see we have actually 2 sets of pins because we have 2 shear lines. We have the standard core shear line right there. So if we take the pins and we stick them back into the core, we're used to this. I think all of us have seen this probably on 100 or more different videos. And if we had a key, it would raise all these pins to the core shear line. And then, of course, we would get an open. But now we got another variable, and that would be this guy. Now, first thing about him, notice that he's got that lip on the inside, and that's what prevented us from shimming the operating core and the master ring. But for some reason, they didn't put a ledge on the master ring, and that allowed us to go ahead and shim our way past him. Anyway, so we stick the operating key in there, and you notice he'll turn inside of that master ring, and he turns the actuator in the back, and the lock, of course, will open. But now we got to worry about the master ring. Let's say we're picking this, and we pick, say, 4 of them to the operating shear line, and we accidentally pick one of these guys. Let me grab him, stick him right there. And we accidentally pick him to the master ring shear line. Well, right away, no open. So you have to be right 100% of the time when you're picking to the operating. You got to get 100% of the pins correct. And when you're picking to the master ring shear line, you've got to be right 100% of the time. You cannot mix and match the 2 different shear lines or you will never get an open. Anyway, beautiful old lock. I feel bad about cutting it open, but there was no way I was ever going to get a key. And besides that, he's going to be remembered because I salvaged the most important part. I need to cut a square in one of these pinning trays and inset him inside of there. Anyway, guys, that's how master rings work, multi-shear line locks. Appreciate your time. Stay safe. Stay legal.